and gentlemen, this Revoked video. It's few times that I can say that I have no words for a situation, but this is one of them. It's been announced by the GDC organisers that there were bomb threats sent and issued over Anita Sarkeesian being offered an award. Now, there was an email that was sent to the 25 members of the committee, and the email read as follows: "A bomb will be detonated at the Game Developers Choice Awards ceremony tonight unless Anita Sarkeesian Ambassador Award is revoked. We estimate the bomb will kill at least a dozen people and injure dozens more. It would have been in your best interest if you accept our simple request. This is not a joke. You have been warned." Now, immediately, of course, this starts escalating, because the organisers weren't just going to take this lying down. They immediately contacted the San Francisco Police Department. The police department conducted an entire sweep, and the spokesperson said they conducted it, they found nothing. But this isn't a joke anymore. People don't take this stuff and just go, "Oh, okay, ha ha ha." This has already been forwarded to the FBI. Anita Sarkeesian has already stated that she's already contacted the police against numerous threats made against her family back in August, and once again, those have been forwarded to the FBI. So this is escalating so bloody quickly, and there's so many things that piss me off about this. One of the things is that there's already so much bloody negativity with the whole Gamergate situation. There's concerns over, negativity in the media regarding gamers. There's issues with people calling out members of the press at all the times with saying, "Hey, you're being bribed." There's concerns and criticisms regarding just about every company out there of visual downgrades and exclusivity deals and DLC and microtransactions and so much crap regarding, let's say, indie games and that type of thing. But now you have this situation, which is the second bomb threat we're hearing about within, the last couple of weeks. The last one, of course, involving the Sony exec on the plane, and of course, which coincides to the whole hacker scandal, which, as far as I'm aware, was never confirmed whether or who was actually behind it, because one group were taking credit and then another group was saying, no, they're just taking credit, but I actually did it. It was a whole messy situation. We've already covered that in depth, and I don't want to draw attention away from what I want to discuss here too much. So the bottom line is, you can't make terrorism, which is effectively what this is, you cannot do that now. It's a situation that's going to escalate incredibly quickly. I don't understand the logical thinking of doing something like this either. Even if you disagree, even if you adamantly disagree, you oppose 100% of someone's perspective or opinions, this isn't how you beat them in the public eye. It's never going to get sympathy for your cause. It's never going to allow your perspective to be the one that's in the media or positive. All you're doing is trying to stifle or silence, but that's not beating anything. That's not the scientific way to argue a point. It's not a valid way to argue a point. It's just, I will threaten you with violence unless you be quiet because I disagree with you. But the point still stands. You've not performed a rebuttal against that. So in other words, you're just upset, but being upset doesn't mean that you're proven anything. It just doesn't make sense. And that's the issue I have with stuff like this. I don't necessarily 100% agree with all of her opinions, but then I don't disagree with all of them either. So, there's always some middle ground. And the bottom line is, if she'd just been allowed to do her thing, she'd just be another critic. Just how, Total Biscuit is, or Jim Sterling is, or Boogie is, or any of these guys. Everyone's got their audience. The audience will watch the stuff, and that's it. You can watch it, you can not watch it, done. But this is just getting to the point now where there's so much bile, so much negativity all of the time. I was actually reading some comments, which actually where I saw the news story was VG247, and a couple of people said, "Look, I love gaming. I do. I have a passion with gaming. I love everything about it. I love the game systems. I love the technology that's coming out. I love the fun involved. But just the constant negativity and the hatred and the anger that people constantly are pushing out just makes them not want to play. They don't want to be involved in the situation, and it's really hard. It's just, you know, when you're covering these stories, you look at them and you're like, it doesn't even make sense. That's the thing that pisses you off. It's for such an insignificant cause, this type of thing. It's not because, you know, people are having their opinions oppressed. It's not like you're living in a third world country and, you know, you're trying to fight against some evil dictator. You're dealing with video games at the end of the day. And it's like, I just don't understand it. There's two ways that you can take this. The first is that it's just trolling. So in other words, they don't really give a shit if it's Anita Sarkeesian. They're just simply using her because she's in the limelight right now. So they just want attention. They basically, it's kind of like that whole circular system where she's in the limelight, so they're going to attack her to push her more in the limelight, and it just keeps on going. It's like a cycle of negativity. It's like when everyone in the world jumped in on either hating or loving Twilight. Everyone jumped in on it because it was a really easy target, or even Justin Bieber. Everyone takes a pop at it. Ha ha ha. It's just a thing. With Anita Sarkeesian, you do wonder, do they really give a shit what she does, or are they just doing this to prompt media attention, to prompt themselves? And if it's that, that's a really bad idea. It just doesn't even make sense. The second option is that they really do care what Anita Sarkeesian and her opinions or her followers really think. But even so, do they really believe that issuing these threats is really going to stop her? She's obviously proven that she's just going to go ahead, and even if something was to happen to her, someone else is just going to take the place anyway. And you're not performing the rebuttal. So once again, my same point comes to pass. Look, if you're going to take on someone's point, argue against their point, not against, you know, them as a person. Don't attack their character, attack their opinions. It's like, for example, I dislike a lot of the stuff that Phil Fish has said. I think some of the stuff that he said regarding Fez, against what happened with the sequel of Fez, I dislike the fact that he's attacked YouTube critics and even reviewers as a whole. I hate that crap. It pisses me off more than I could probably say on YouTube without, you know, having my video become rather unpleasant to listen to. However, I don't have a thing against Phil Fish. I've never met the man. All I can say is I dislike his opinions on certain subjects that he's been very vocal on. On the other hand, he's also said some good stuff as well in gaming. And he's also created, you can't argue, the man has created a very interesting title that has a very distinctive gameplay style. He's got talent, he's got skill. I just disagree with some of his opinions. And it's the same with loads of other guys on the internet. You know, some people have strong views, you know, regarding Let's Plays. Some people have strong views regarding this. Some people have strong views regarding that. But at the end of the day, we're all in the same ecosystem. I remember back in the day when the internet, the whole trolling scene first started to really pop out, and, you know, you'd have the odd person appear with the troll signature, and they'd just be like, "You mad?" after they'd just deliberately said something to get someone's goat, which is, it's so obvious now, and it's part and parcel. But back then, you know, people used to fall for trolling all the time, and it became where you kind of knew the forum trolls after a while, and everyone got used to the whole situation. This is back when the internet was first really new, and bulletin boards and all of that stuff was kind of unique and special. Not everyone had cable, everyone was on 56k, and, you know, it was very different back then. Now, it's definitely becoming a lot more aggressive, in my personal opinion, and I just don't really understand the whole point of view. I know I've kind of rabbited on a little bit in this video, but it's very rare that I mean, this is just my initial knee-jerk reaction. I've certainly got something I've been wanting to say in regards to the whole the whole gamers gate and the whole issues with gaming right now, because there are a hell of a lot of them. I think pretty much all the major critics have been speaking about this. I'm quite a viewer of Jim Sterling recently, and even he's had quite a few opinions regarding feminism in gaming, and even developers like bribery and so on. And it's a really, it can become quite an ugly subject. And I understand that some people become quite bitter about it, but don't you just wish we could all get along? Anyway, in other news, Panzer Dragoon Saga is really good. Just throwing it out there. Anyway guys, hopefully you've enjoyed the video, or maybe not, I don't know. Take care, and bye for now.